This is a very exciting day for the Western Development Museum and a number of other organizations that came together to make this exhibit and this project happen. And I'd just like to take some time to mention the University of Saskatchewan, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency, and of course our generous sponsor, the Potash Corporation. Together with the Western Development Museum, these groups have come together to create this wonderful exhibit that celebrates not only the technology and innovation that Saskatchewan is known around the world for, but also the ingenious adaptation of Cold War research into a beneficial and life-saving treatment. It was 60 years ago in November that Saskatchewan launched the Cobalt-60 Beam Therapy Unit. The Cobalt-60 unit was created as a result of and in response to the doubling of cancer rates that were occurring in Saskatchewan between 1924 and 1941. In 1944, the government of the day, led by Tommy Douglas, implemented a North American first medical program where free treatments for cancer were offered to anyone who had lived in Saskatchewan for at least 3 months. This in turn led to Premier Douglas in 1945 to give the go-ahead to the University of Saskatchewan to proceed with the development of the Cobalt-60 unit. The Cobalt-60 unit, or the Cobalt bomb as it came to be referred to, was designed by Canada's first full-time cancer physicist, Dr. Harold Johns. It was built by Saskatoon machinist, Mr. John Mackay, owner of the Acme Machine and Electric Company, here in Saskatoon. Along with Dr. John's graduate students, who included the Honorable Sylvia Fedoruk, Edward Epp, Douglas Cormack, and Lloyd Bates, who all assisted with the design and the calibration of the unit. The Cobalt-60 Beam Therapy Unit was unique in the treatment of cancer in that it allowed radioactive cobalt to attack, or bomb as it were, cancerous tumors that lay deep within a patient's body. In November of 1951, the first Saskatoon patient, a 43-year-old mother of 4, was successfully treated for cervical cancer with Cobalt-60 radiation. She lived another 47 years. The cure rate for cervical cancer soon rose from a 25% success rate to a 75% success rate. Building on this and other achievements, in the 1940s and 50s, the Saskatchewan Cancer Treatment Program has become one of the leaders in the world, with the University of Saskatchewan becoming a center of excellence for nuclear medicine and research in Canada. As Dr. Houston and the Honorable Sylvia Fedoruk commented in the 2003 book, A New Ray, though born of wartime nuclear research, the cobalt bomb was in practice a plowshare rather than a sword. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Cobalt-60 Beam Therapy Unit, or Cobalt bomb, a bomb designed not to destroy, but to help people. And we have quite an agenda today, so without any further ado, I'd like to call upon our first speaker, the Honorable Don Morgan, Minister of Justice and Attorney General, Minister of Labor Relations and Workplace Safety. Mr. Morgan.
Thank you very much, Jason. Jason tells me that in spite of the fact that his last name is Wall and he's from Swift Current, he is not a well-known MLA from that area. Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Fedoruk, Your Worship, good to see you. I cross paths with the Mayor quite frequently and always remind him to thank the province for the generous donation of $98.5 million to the South Bridge, which is only a couple of hundred yards from here. So we continue to say you're welcome and keep up the good work. It's my privilege to be here and join my legislative colleague, Ms. Sproul, and I want to bring greetings on behalf of Premier Wall, Health Minister McMorris, and the Government of Saskatchewan. Today is indeed special as we celebrate the opening of the Cobalt-60 exhibit and commemorate the 60th anniversary of the first successful treatment of a cancer patient with the cobalt bomb here in Saskatoon. The Honorable Sylvia Fedoruk, one of the scientists who developed the Cobalt-60 unit, is scheduled to speak this afternoon, so I especially look forward to hearing her reflections and remarks. I'd like to welcome back the Mackay family. They were our next-door neighbors at Pike Lake as we were growing up. My parents knew their parents well, and I want to welcome them back to Saskatchewan, and would like to invite them to stay. A lot of people are coming back to our fine province, and we'd welcome you back anytime. The cobalt bomb is a wonderful example of Saskatchewan's long history of innovative healthcare research, research that has saved lives not only in Saskatchewan, but across Canada and around the world. This was a game changer in cancer treatment. In 1951, the Cobalt-60 unit provided, for the first time, the ability for doctors to treat tumors that lay deep within the body. The unit, as was mentioned earlier, treated the first patient, a 43-year-old mother of 4, who went on to live a long and productive life. And perhaps for the first time, people dared to hope that the word cancer was not necessarily a death sentence, that a leading-edge technology existed that could make a life-changing difference. And what a difference it made. From its introduction, the Cobalt-60 treated more than 6,700 patients until it was replaced in 1972. This technology is still being used in some parts of the world to this day. Many of us have been affected in some way by cancer, if not directly, then through someone we love, perhaps a family member, a friend, or coworker. For most people, a cancer diagnosis is a devastating experience. I want to assure you that exceptional cancer care and health research continue to be priorities for our government. We want to make sure that Saskatchewan people continue to have the best cancer services available anywhere. Today, we can be especially proud of the mark that Saskatchewan has made in the history of healthcare research. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here today as we celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Cobalt bomb. Thank you very much.